mom, wife, homemaker, entrepreneur, homeschool mom. Like many women, I have many roles. And sometimes I just feel overwhelmed. Life feels heavy, and I don't have any energy. I lack patience, and quite frankly, I have no interest in my responsibilities. When I feel like this, I know that the burden is too heavy for me. So I need to take time alone with God and give it to Him. Let Him carry the heavy load of laundry, my heart's burdens, because they are simply too much for me to bear. I'm sure that you can relate. Sometimes I just wake up in the morning and, as they say, on the wrong side of the bed. And I have no desire to step into one role, let alone many roles. And it's my morning routine that saves me. I wake up early on purpose to have a little time alone. But on those mornings, I extend that time. I just need a little bit more time with God to get myself together. Have you experienced that? And then there are those days when I'm going through the day and all of a sudden life gets to lifing. You know what I'm talking about. One thing after another, and then another. For me personally, I'm home most of the day. I'm homeschooling, taking care of our home, and working from home. And when life get to lifing, I have got to step away. My bathroom and my bedroom become my place of refuge. I go and I have a little talk with Jesus. Sometimes I live for lunchtime, a time for me to separate from everyone and just be alone 20 or 30 minutes, just me and God. I talk, I listen, I cry, wipe those tears, and step back into it. But those little retreats, those little times, those moments with God allow me to press on. And when they don't, I pull away. And after I pray, I make the day short. Quite frankly, I look at all the things that I have on my agenda, and anything that I can remove or adjust, I do, to make my day lighter. Sometimes I just have to have the "it can wait" mentality. If I make it till tomorrow, I will address it tomorrow. Oftentimes on those days, I find myself going to bed early. Lay it at His feet and get a good night's sleep. I give you permission to do that too. Let it go. It's not even worth us trying to put it all together. Again, let that early morning routine, if you have one, deliver you and start fresh and new the next day. Well, as I started off sharing with you, I have many roles, and those roles are not going to change anytime soon. So for me, I've had to adjust my lifestyle to the fact that the load can become heavy on any given day. And these are a few things that I have decided that's necessary for me to do on a regular basis to care well for me so that I can care well for them. Stretching. Every day during the week, I rise, and part of my early morning routine is stretching and exercising. It's necessary for me. Moving my body makes me feel awake. It makes me feel alive and prepared for the heavy load. The other thing that I like to do is listen to the Bible, whatever time of day. Just hearing the Bible read to me, not having the task of opening it up, flipping the pages. I'm not trying to study the word. Just listen for inspiration, encouragement, a fresh new word to fall upon me. Just something about it. It's good for my soul. Another thing that I like to do is walk. If the weather permits, I really like to get out, get some fresh air, and walk. When the weather doesn't permit, bask in the sunlight. Just be near a window and get a glimpse of the beautiful sunlight that God provides. It just gives me a fresh perspective. I also like to reflect and think about the goodness of the Lord. Last year sometime I started a gratitude journal, a journal that I just sit down each day, and this happens for me in the morning time, and I write down one thing that happened the day before that I'm thankful for. Just something about that gives me hope as I start the day. I know that there are going to be moments, days, and sometimes seasons when I just can't avoid the heavy burdens that this life brings about. But these few things that I have learned to do help me, and I hope they help you. Learn to pause and pray and prepare yourself for the next moment, the next day with Him. I hope this has encouraged you. If so, share with me, how did it encourage you? Subscribe that you can follow some of the other things that God has laid upon my heart and blessed me with